Hi, I've been asked by some friends to make a little guide for DKs because obviously in the last patch they changed it so that you can get there on your own. You don't need another person. So there's actually been quite a lot of interest, especially from higher level players, for soloing Tribrid for Slayer tasks, and I've tried it a few times and it's pretty good. It's about 100k, maybe a little bit more Slayer per hour, and really good profit. Obviously the profit's going to decrease as more and more people start doing them, so maybe making this guide is a bad idea, but I figured I would make it anyway. So I'm just sorting out my inventory at the moment, and then we'll get going. And so I've got my task is I think 209, 207 diagonal loss, something like that. So for that, because you kill about 100 an hour, I've taken enough overloads for 2.5 hours, just to be on the safe side. I should do it all in one trip. And yeah, the way I'm doing it, if you want to do it all in one trip, you really do need penance. Would be the only thing. Obviously, you probably want to be max combat as well, and you need dry gauze. You don't need weapon-wise. You could do it with a chaotic staff and like a royal crossbow or something. But yeah, you probably wouldn't manage to do it in just chaotic rapiers, because the ranger wouldn't die fast enough, and then you just get pooped on, which isn't good. Sorry, my invent's a bit of a mess. I need some super restores. You can use prayer as well as super restores, but I don't. That's all there really is to it. I guess the super restores help for summoning, so you can summon your yaks. And that's really all there is to it. I'll run through my gear quickly. I've got a dissension crossbow with an offhand chaotic, Virtus Wonderbook. As I said, you could take a royal crossbow and a chaotic staff if you don't have these, and obviously if you have dual ascensions or dual seismics, then good for you. You should use them. For my gear, I've got penance on. I've got a sign of life. Sign of life's not 100% necessary. So a friend said sign of respite's quite good, because here you're not very likely to die as long as you're careful, and even if you do, you'll be able to get back in 15 minutes reasonably easily. But the only time that it could be a problem is if you disconnect, which is the thing at DK, is if you disconnect, you're probably going to die. So yeah, maybe you might want to use a sign of respite. I don't have any, or I'd probably use one. Comp cape, you can obviously, this is interchangeable for whatever the best cape you have is. Because it's all hybrid, it's nice to use max or comp. I don't really know other hybrid capes. Maybe Ardy Cloak is a hybrid cape, but I don't know. Dragon Rider Amulet's good for the prayer bonus, and it gives everything. If you don't have this, you could definitely use a Fury, if not a Glory. But if you can't afford a Fury, you probably can't afford Drygores, and as I said, you sort of need Drygores for this, or you will probably lose. Just bolts, any bolts, whichever bolts are good for you. So if you're using Royal Crossbow, Royal bolts, obviously, because I've got Ascension, I need Ascension bolts. I've got my Drygores on, and as I said, the other weapons are there. Oh, and then 3 pieces of War Priest. Obviously Slayer Helm and Penance. 3 pieces of War Priest for the hybrid. I tried it with switching armor, and like I was taking Virtus top and bottom and Armadillo chestplate and legs, and I think I was using War Priest gloves regardless. Yeah, I was, and it's just a lot of items to switch out at once. So I didn't. I'm going to start heading there whilst I continue talking about it. So War Priest gloves, that Fremennic sea boots, which you get from the elite Fremennic tasks, which I'd recommend you do. They mean that the bones the Dragonoth Kings drop are noted, which is nice. It means that if you were picking up the hides and bones like I try to do, I don't always get all the hides, but I always get all the bones. If you're picking up all of those, then you'd probably run out of summoning recharge, and it would cost you more money just in yak scrolls. So it's nice to have that, just to take it reasonably easy with the bones, and they just take up an invent slot, and that's it. Ring of Vigor, this is very important. You need this. If you don't have this, again, you're probably not going to have the best time, because you need to kill the ranger really fast. So what you have to do for that is you have to just, as soon as it spawns, you need to be using whatever the ability is called, berserk. You need to be berserking and getting up to an ultimate to kill it, because if you don't manage to kill it really fast, or at least it's not massive pressure, but you sort of need Drygores and berserk. So when you berserk, you need to just be thresholding it as soon as possible, and it should die if you use what's the ability? Pulverize, I think. No, assault. So you should just be berserking, working your way up and assaulting it, and it should die. As for my invent and my yak, I just showed you what's in my yak. It's killing out all of them. In my yak, it's 20 rocktails, 10 super restores. You can put a few overloads and prayer renewals in your yak if you want. Doesn't make much difference. The rocktails, I've just bought them for the sake of bringing them. I've got enough super restores to last me, so I don't really need anything else in the invent. So the rocktails are just in case. I shouldn't use all of them. The way it works here basically is you'll use quite a few rocktails on the first sort of rotation of kills, the first 3, because you have to sort of tank some of them. But then after that, if everything goes well, you shouldn't ever really be being attacked by more than one at once. There might come a time where you mess up a little bit and you get attacked by 2 at once, but it's reasonably rare. I'm just going to rest here so I don't end up walking. And also my invent, runes for Blood Barrage. If you're not an ancient, doesn't make much difference. Blood Barrage is nice for healing off the melee one. I think it's called Prime, but I don't really know the names. Alright, I'm sick of this anyway. That guy keeps sacking me. Almost full. It's nice for the healing, but realistically, you rarely use it. You're normally towards full health most of the time. So you shouldn't have that much of a problem. And like I said, with this setup, I've got way more food than I need, so if I mess up occasionally, it'll be fine. I take 2 Relica tabs. My house isn't in Relica. Maybe I should put it there. If your house is in Relica, just use house tabs, because then if you die, you won't lose your stuff. Like, if you tab as you die, you won't lose your stuff, and your stuff won't degrade, whereas if I do that, then my stuff will degrade. 5 overloads again, yak scrolls, 2 spare yak pouches, so it's 2 and a bit hour trip, like I said, and then rocktails on my switches, so I'm almost there now. I'm not going to run straight in. I'm going to get some adrenaline, and I'm going to use Guthix's Blessing before I run in. So I'll just show you, and I'll talk about what I'm going to do when I first go in as well, because the first going in is by far the most important part of the trip. That's all. If you can get down the first 2 minutes of your Dagannoth King's trip to the T, you're gonna be fine, because after that it really is reasonably easy, as long as you're not on a world with like 4k population and they're spawning really fast. That is another thing actually. You probably want to be doing this on one of the lower population worlds. I'm on world 26. It's probably got about 100 or so people on at the moment. I know it's reasonably early in the morning. Crikey, I need to get some adrenaline. So yeah, what you want to be doing when you first go in is the first thing you want to do is you want to hope that they're in a sort of nice place as you go there, and you might be able to lure them in such a way so as that you don't have to kill the ranger straight away. But I'm not gonna try and do that, because this is a guide video, and obviously I should show you the worst case scenario. So I'll try and do an example. So you want to pray mage when you first go down, and just sort of work towards killing the ranger as fast as possible. So you pot up outside, put on your prayers, turmoil. Now see the ranger's straight on me. So here all I can really do is just tank. Just work your way up. It's dying reasonably fast. You want to just use as many thresholds as possible. Okay, now he's gone. You also, another thing you need to learn before you can really be doing this is you need to learn where what all your things what all your things are bound to. Shit, I'm just being dumb here. I should just kill it. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't be. I should be killing. Wow, see, I'm bad. Okay, so now we're pretty much sorted. I don't know if I set my spell to autocast though. No, okay, I did. Good. You might want to make sure if you've not maged in a bit, or if you've changed spell books recently, that you do that. So yeah, now we're killing the Rex. This is the order you want to be killing them in. I'd sort of forgotten it because I've not been here for a few days, so that was bad. I started killing the mage, which is not what I wanted to do. Okay, now here, the mage is actually, I'll just show you. The ranger can only attack you if you're within like a certain range of it. So where I am at the moment, yeah, I think I'm alright actually. I'll show you on the next rotation. Oh, I probably shouldn't have used the threshold there. Wow, well, I definitely shouldn't have used the threshold there. I'm bad. Okay, so now we just go for the ranger. I'm going to pick up the loot after I've finished this guy off. So this is just the order, and if you don't mess up like I just did and use thresholds on the mage, so that I have no adrenaline for when the Supreme spawns, because normally the Supreme would be dead by now. But yeah, you can just soul split. Oh, I forgot to turn penance on. That was pretty bad of me. Yeah, I'm gonna just need to drink a sip of pot. That's why you put a few pots in your invent though. Okay, so you just, to lure the Rex, you just need to run it over to here. And then just run it up here. This is the best place because you're going to be killing the mage in a similar spot. So this just means you're not spending ages running about between the kills. So that the mage has just spawned. Hopefully it doesn't attack me. But it could. Maybe I'm on a higher population than what I thought I was on world 26. Yeah, I am. Population shouldn't be that high here. Okay, so yeah, this is about to die, and I'll go lure the mage over. The reason you want to lure the mage is because you don't want the ranger to be on you when it spawns. Now the way to lure it is just to run up to the side and to here, because there's a line beyond which the ranger won't attack you, and it's about 2 squares forward from where I'm standing at the moment, towards the mage, so I don't really need to be soul splitting, do I? You might not want to use ricochet actually, just in case you aggro the range, because if it takes damage it will obviously come over, but where it is at the moment it won't. So yeah, that's nice and easy. And then you berserk. Oh yeah, I should be doing that to get some health back. And it's pretty much it. You just settle into a routine. As you can see, like I'll kill that, pick up that loot, pick up both the loots, put on my magic weapons. One thing I'd advise is you do sort of need to... Oh wow, I left Revolution on. I didn't even realise. I've been doing it like fully manual with Revolution on. Oh, you need to... Oh well, I guess I'll just stick with this till I can get out of combat. You need to know which of your bars is bound to which, just so you can switch between them easily. On my first trip I was messing up quite a lot, but obviously now I've just sort of learned the key bindings. On the Rex you don't need to go that hard either, because you're not taking any damage, so on the Rex I quite often, not AFK, but I chill out. I don't put on prayers and stuff. I just soul split for the healing. I leave soul split on pretty much all the time. And there's the mage. And I'm going to have to lure it, because if not the ranger would be on me. And anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. I'll just show this last rotation. Oh, whoops, wow. Yeah, see, so, you know, even if you're as bad as me, I managed to do it. And yeah, you just sort of... Well, I didn't even overload. See, I'm horrendous and I'm managing to do it reasonably fast, so... Yeah. Alright, that's it then. I will see you later.